Good day. Today we're gonna do the solution for a cumulative test that was done January 12, 2024 for grade 7 students. These are questions that previously came on New York State exam, so these are questions you might see again in the future. The first question was, which expression has the same value as the expression shown below? Alright, so as you can see that we have minus 3/8 minus 7/8. Alright, so we know that we can rewrite this as negative 3/8, so we keep the first term, we change this minus to plus, and we write the opposite of whatever follows, so that would be negative 7/8. Alright, so A cannot be the answer, B would not give you the answer, C would not give you the answer, so the answer must be D. We could also find the value of each of these, and you see that the answer would have been D. We are taking this approach. At sunset, a thermometer had a reading of 4 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. During the night, the temperature decreased, so we know that the temperature decreased. So it was 4, and the temperature decreased, so we know that we are subtracting 15. And after the decrease, what is the total number of degrees that the temperature must change for the thermometer to read 0 degrees? So if it decreased by 15, we know that it would have been negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So how much would this negative 11 have to change to go back to 0? We know that it would have to go back up 11 degrees Fahrenheit to change back to 0. Alright. A chef made 150 cups of chili and sold 60% of it. A serving size of the chili is 1 2/3 cups. How many servings of chili were sold? So he sold 60% of the 150, which is 90. So we know that 90 cups of chili were sold. Alright, but how many servings would that have been? So we'd have to divide this 90 divided by this 1 2/3. And we get 54. So we see that there were 54 servings that were sold. The cost for 10 ounces of organic blueberries is $2.70. Which equation can be used to determine X, the cost in dollars for 30 ounces of organic blueberries? Alright, so we know that we can set up our proportion. We have ounces on one side, and we have the cost on the other side. So we have ounces of organic blueberry and the cost on the other side. So 10 ounces would be equal to $2.70. So they are saying 30 ounces would be equal to how much? Alright, so we can see that this is how our proportion would look like. So which one of these actually looks something like this? So we have 10 being multiplied by 30, which is not so. It should be 10 times x, so A can't be the answer. This one is 10 times 30 again, so that cannot be the answer. We have 10 times x and 30 and 2.7. So we know that this looks like the answer. This one cannot be the answer either because it's not 10 times x or 30 times 2.7. So the answer is C. What is the value of 12.5 minus 31/2 plus 1 1/4? So we could rewrite this as 12.5 minus 15.5 plus 1.25. So we rewrite all our fractions as decimal, and then we could easily calculate. And we see that we get negative 1.75, which is the same as negative 7/4. So our answer is D. Mr. Jensen purchased an airline ticket on a website. The original price of the airline ticket was $4.73, or $473, sorry. He used a coupon to receive 20% discount. A sales tax of 12% was applied after the discount. what was the total price of the airline ticket after the discount, including sales tax? So we know we had a 20% discount, so we need to take off 20% of that 100%. So I'll do it this way. All right, so we're taking off 20% of that 100%. So we know that you only paid 80% of the cost. So let us see what is 80% of 473. And that would be $378.40. So this is how much you would pay after we take out that discounted price. Let us see how much the tax would be. Now the tax would be 12% off that $378.40, which is equal to $45.41. So this would be our tax. This would be our discounted price. Okay, so let us find the final price now. So that would be $378.40 plus the $45.41 for the tax. $45, which would give us $423.81. What is the value of the expression below? So we see that we have negative 36 divided by 9 plus 3 times negative 7 plus 2. Alright, so we know that the order in which we do all operation, we have to multiply or divide. In this case, we would have to divide before we multiply, since we have to go from left to right. So negative 36 divided by 9 gives me negative 4. And we know that 3 times negative 7 gives me negative 21 plus 2. From there, we can see that this is negative 25 plus 2, so that's negative 23. What is the exact value of 7 divided by 12? 7 divided by 12, we know that it's 0.5833333, and so on. The 3 goes on forever. So we can rewrite this as 0.583 and put a bar over the 3 since the 3 is being repeated. So the answer is B. A furniture store has a sale during which the sale price of a sofa is 1/3 off its original price. So the sale price is 1/3 off its original price. The original price was $1,029. A customer can get an additional 5% discount off the sale price for paying with cash. At checkout, a 6.5% sales tax on the final price is added to the cost of the sofa. What is the total cost of the sofa, including sales tax, for a customer paying with cash? So first we know that 1/3 is taken off. So if we have a whole and we take off 1/3, that means you're only paying 2/3 of the cost. So let us see what 2/3 of 1029 is. And we see that that's $686. That's how much they would pay. Then we can take off a further 5%. So 5% of 686 would be equal to $34.30. So we have to subtract that $34.30 from our $686. Which give me $651.70. Alright, from there we see that there's a tax on that, so we have to find how much the tax is. So it's 6.5% of that $651.70, which is equal to $42.36. So that would be the tax. So the total cost would be the $42.36 plus that $651.70. Which gives me So my total would be $694.06. So as you can see, the answer is D. A gardener uses a total of 61.5 gallons of gasoline in 1 month. Of that total amount of gasoline, 3/5 was used in his lawnmower. How many gallons of gasoline did the gardener use in his lawnmower for that 1 month? So we just need to find 3/5 of 61.5, which gives me 36.9. So the answer is D. A machine in a factory makes 2 1/4 pounds of nails in 1.5 hours. At what rate in pounds per hour? So we see that it's pounds per hour, so we know it's pounds divided by the hour. Does the machine make nails? So it's 2 1/4 divided by 1.5. So we know that's 9/4 divided by 3/2. So that's 9/4 times 2/3, which gives me 3 into 3 1 time, 3 into 9 3 times, 2 into 2 1 times, 2 into 4 2 times. So that gives me 3/2 or 1.5. So our answer is C. 2 stores each advertise a discount on the same type of watch. At both stores, the original price of the watch was $35. Store A discounts the price of the watch by 20%. Store B discounts the price of the watch by 15%. How much less is the discounted price of the watch at store A than the discounted price at store B? So if we know that if they are taking off 20%, so we're only paying 80% of the cost. So we're only paying 80% of 35, which gives me $28. And if we take off 15%, that means we're only paying 85% of the cost. So we're only paying 85% of 35, which is $29.75. So what would be the difference, or how much less would it be? It would be 29.75 minus 28. We see that would be $1.75, which makes our answer A. The table below shows the proportional relationship between X and Y. What is the constant of proportionality? So we know the constant of proportionality is Y divided by X. So it's 0.75 divided by 0.5, which gives me 1.5. When I do 1.875 divided by 1.25, I get 1.5. When I do 4.5 divided by 3, I get 1.5. 10.125 divided by 6.75, I get 1.5. So we know our answer is C, 1.5. Jordan prepares 200 name tags to use at a meeting. The number for each color of name tag is described below. So use 35% of them were blue. So let us find how many were blue. 35% of the 200 were blue. So that's 70 that was blue. They said 3/8 of them were yellow, so we need to find 3/8 of 200, and we see that's 75. And they said the remainder was red. How many of them were red? Alright, so we know it's 200 name tags, so we're subtracting 70 plus 75. So we see that it's 200 minus 145, which gives me 55. So 55 were red. Alright, thank you for watching. You can watch the rest of this video in the next part. Thank you.